Okay, so I do get the question a lot, and I just want to make a separate video for this about how to find like yard space. So as we know, everyone starts in their garage, basically. You don't really start a lawn care business unless you already, are making money, you already have an income source. You usually start in your garage. So that's where everyone starts. We all have that common knowledge. I started in my garage just like everyone else, unless you guys had more money. A lot of people started better than me. I started kind of rough. But what we do know is that we all start in the garage. And then once we leave the garage, we have a multitude of different places that we could go. So for lawn care, like a lawn maintenance business, this is not considering a landscape, you have, it's really a major two. You have a shipping container in a yard, like how I do. You have literally just a shipping container in someone's yard. Like that is just, you just have that shipping container. You don't really have a yard. You just have a shipping container. Maybe you could park next to it. Pretty much that's it. You have yard space like me, or you have a storage unit. So literally those three are the different ones you can have. There's different costs that, go into it. A storage unit, the amount of space that you would need is usually, literally you don't need a huge storage unit. A 10 by 10 storage unit would work perfect. And it's like anywhere, these prices may vary depending on where you do live. But here in Florida, you can find a 10 by 10 storage unit for literally like $200 a month. But then you also have to factor in if you're parking your truck. If this is not a personal truck, and if you do need parking, it's usually going to cost you about $100 a month. So you're going to pay $300 a month for a storage unit with a parking spot if your truck you're using is not your personal truck. If you have a shipping container, right, and you just have a parking spot next to it and you're in someone's yard, usually the shipping container costs $200 a month. It's a little bit more space than the storage unit. So the storage unit's about 100 square foot. Shipping container, 8 by 20 foot shipping container is going to be 160 square feet. So you have 60 more square feet. It's a lot more space. You could probably fit another whole route in that space given that 60 extra square feet. But usually if you just drop your shipping container and park it in someone's yard and park next to it, you'll spend about $250. That's probably the cheapest setup that you can have. Absolutely cheapest. But then there's nowhere to grow unless he's going to allow you to park more trucks and maybe drop another shipping container eventually. That's just a deal you have to work out with a guy. How are you going to find that guy? You literally just go, and this is how I even got my yard. You just go drive around and see any places that are more industrial. Like for me, this guy has I don't even know exactly what business it is, but it's basically like a physical drop shipping business. And that's basically what he does. But he also runs a U-Haul in his drop shipping business, but it's not like super paved. It's not like, he blew a bunch of money into it. It's like he just has a lot of land. So then I just asked him, hey, he has gates, he has security and all that. So I was like, hey, is there by any chance that I can rent like a spot that you're not using? And he let me use it. So you could do the same thing just by saying, can you let me just drop a shipping container with a car? Like that's it. It's the same approach that you would have to do to get a yard is to get a shipping container spot. And basically for a yard, exactly what I just said, that's exactly how I got mine. That's exactly how you would drop a shipping container in a yard. You just have to go drive around. They don't have this listed on Facebook Marketplace. You're not going to find this listed on Zillow or LoopNet. It's not here. You're going to have to go ask. And that's where you're going to find the best deal. My yard, as you can see, is pretty big. Right there. I could fit right directly in front of me. I can fit 5 trucks. Right? I can fit 5 trucks in front of me, 5 trucks here. I can fit total in this yard, probably 12 trucks, 12 vehicles. So that's like saying if you had 3 routes with, guys with their personal vehicles inside the yard, we could fit 3 routes inside this yard until we need to figure out a place where to put the personal vehicles. And then, you could run 12 routes if the personal vehicles weren't here. So I rent this entire space for $500 a month. The shipping container was $200 a month, and then they dropped the price after you have it for a little bit. I'm pretty sure it's like $140 a month now. So total, I pay like $640 for all this space, and I could run 3 routes out of this. You would not be able to do this in a shipping container. A storage unit will end up costing more in the long run. That's why I came here. Because first of all, I just thought it would be, kind of cool. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it would have been kind of cool to have my own yard. But then also long term, it is better, and I wouldn't have to, go trying to search for it when I need it. Like, I would rather just have it. It wasn't gonna make or break my business. $500, paying an extra $200 a month was not gonna make or break my business, right? And I can guarantee you we can all agree on that. It's not gonna change anything. But I think it would have changed the amount of stress tolerance, the stress I would have had in that phase where I actually need it. And now I'm over here driving around kind of frantic. I would rather have just secured it early, bam, done. And that's why I'm here. It's $640 a month for our yard. We can run 3 routes out of it with people parked inside the yard. With people parked outside of the yard, we could easily run 8 routes out of it. And he lets us park outside of the yard. So it ends up being a very good investment long term. And also, we may end up being able to rent more and more and more space because, it's just a regular guy. This is not like some, super commercial place. It's just a guy. If he has land and we want to get more land, all we have to do is ask him, hey, by any chance this land that you're not using right here, could we rent this and just add on? And there's already a space that we could rent that would almost double the yard that I already got the price down, and it was $700 a month total. So it's like we can almost double our yard for only $200 more a month. And that's probably what we're gonna do. But I'll see you guys later. Have I ever charged you guys money to give you guys value? No. And if you guys applied what I gave you guys for free, you guys could be making an extra, I don't know, $500, $2,000, $3,000 a month easily within like a 3-month span. Easily. You could add that just from the free information I give. The Grow Growth Club is going to be the first thing that's paid information. And it's paid information for a reason, because my direct involvement in it makes it to the point where I physically can't do that for free. And I'm going to guarantee you guys making money. And let me just tell you, as soon as you join, within the first week, it's going to be free anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So it's not even a high cost. The initial 25 people get in at a discount. They're only getting in for $50 a month, but you're not going to be able to be in that group because you didn't join the wait list soon enough. If you're in the wait list, then you may be in that first group. I'm guaranteeing everyone who doesn't join and doesn't get in, because there's only going to be a limited amount of people able to be in, period. You will have FOMO. And for everyone who does get in February, you guys are about to make a fuck ton of money, and I'm about to put you guys on.
Link in the tagged page in my bio.